Hey, what's the word, players? This is Street Fighter 6, and this is the Book of Revelations in the Bible. What's something that they have in common? Well, it may surprise you. I will answer that in just a moment, but first I want to establish the two things that prompted this comparison. The first being a Sunday sermon 2 weeks ago, where my church is currently going through a series where we're going through the Book of Revelations. And the second thing, well, you have Twitter to thank for that. Oh, sorry, my bad. X, formerly known as Twitter. So let's get into that one first. About 9 months ago, X launched the For You tab, which if you've used TikTok before, it should look very familiar to you. Now, I don't know about you, but personally I stick to the following tab, but every so often, curiosity gets the better of me and I swipe over and see what's happening on the For You tab. And I swear, I think every single time I've regretted it, because that, to put it lightly, is a dumpster fire. It always seems like people online are angry, and of course the algorithm on the For You tab prioritizes posts that make you angry. So it's just a never-ending cycle. However, I did notice that something that pops up a lot is that there is a lot of discourse surrounding Street Fighter 6. Now, of course, FGC Twitter is no stranger to fighting game discourse. However, since I'm putting a lot of time into Street Fighter 6 and it is alongside Mortal Kombat 1, one of the biggest fighting games out there, that means there's a lot of players out there, a lot of voices, and a lot of hot takes and complaints, and frankly it gets a little tiring. Not saying that you can't criticize the game, because you can, but it just gets a little tiring seeing it over and over and over again. And you know what, I get it. The game's been out for going on to 4 months, and the honeymoon period, so to speak, is over. So now it takes a little bit more effort to enjoy playing the game when the cracks are starting to show. But that's the thing, I still really enjoy playing Street Fighter 6. Yeah, it can have its frustrating moments, and yeah, it does have its flaws here and there, but overall it's a great game and I enjoy playing it so much. And it's really funny because despite the echo chamber that FGC Twitter would have you believe by seeing a bunch of complaints about the game, based on Steam charts alone, the game is still doing very, very well. So I have to ask, for those that find themselves dragging themselves to play Street Fighter 6 and not really enjoying themselves, what's the thing that made you like Street Fighter 6 in the first place? What is the thing that drew you to play this game? What's interesting is that this isn't unique to just Street Fighter 6. Plenty of fandoms go through the same thing, and believe it or not, even Christianity has gone through something like this. Alright, so back to the first thing that prompted this comparison, which was the sermon. So my church is going through Revelations, and particularly I'm going to be focusing on Revelations chapter 2, where it talks about the 7 churches. Now, there's a lot of context that goes into reading Revelations, so if you haven't had a chance to do a Bible study on this, I would definitely highly recommend you doing that. But what I wanted to focus on was the letter to the church in Ephesus. But just jumping into verses 1 through 7, it says, "To the angel of the church in Ephesus write, the words of him who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks among the 7 golden lampstands. I know your works, your toil, and your patient endurance, and how you cannot bear with those who are evil, but have tested those who call themselves apostles, but are not, and found them to be false. I know you are enduring patiently and bearing up for my name's sake. You have not grown weary. But I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had at first. Remember therefore where you have fallen, repent and do the works you did at first. If not, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place unless you repent." Let's break this down. So the one who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, as mentioned in verse 1, that's Jesus. And as you can see, he's actually commending the Ephesians quite a bit. You know, he knows their works. He thanks them for their patience and endurance. He sees their hard work. Honestly, it looks like things are going pretty well for them. But as mentioned in verse 4, they abandoned the love of Christ that they had at first. And that if they don't repent and change their ways, that he will remove his lampstand from their presence, which is, I don't know about you, quite a scary thought. Think about it. You study the Bible, you decide to make Jesus Lord of your life, you get baptized, you're a new creation. If I'm tying this back to the Street Fighter thing, Street Fighter 6 comes out and you pick it up. In your early days as a Christian, life is amazing, as it should be. You just decided to make Jesus Lord of your life, and you found that he is far better than anything else in the world. Going back to the Street Fighter 6 comparison, everything seems so amazing at first. You vibe with the music, you find the characters really cool, you dig the create character, you enjoy the world's horror mode, you play with others and you want more people to play with. You try to get your friends to play Street Fighter 6. But as we mentioned earlier, at some point the honeymoon period's over and then you find things that you're not too fond of and you kind of forget why you enjoy playing the game. well, you be a Christian long enough and things can really start weighing you down. You lose a loved one, people walk away, health issues. I'm not gonna say for everyone, but it can even get to a point where just getting to church in the morning seems like a bother. But it's important to remember, what is the thing that drew you to Jesus in the first place? Why did you make Jesus Lord of your life? Tap into that, hold on to that, recreate what it will take to rekindle that desire to be closer with him. Who knows, maybe taking a little bit of a step back from Twitter is a good stepping point. That's gonna be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're a Christian, comment down below what's the thing that drew you to Jesus in the first place? Or, if you enjoyed playing Street Fighter 6, what's the thing that drew you to the game in the first place? If you're looking for a non-denominational church, down in the description below will be a link to our church locator. If you're interested in studying the Bible or you just want to hang out, a link to my Discord is also down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace!